Let them eat crickets, the Trudeau government said. Hi, I'm Brian Lilley, political columnist for the Toronto Sun. You might have heard the rumor last year, that wild conspiracy theory that the government and the world elites backed by the World Economic Forum just wanted us to be eating bugs. There were cricket plants being put up all over the place to get us eating cricket protein, a nice, natural, healthy, economically and environmentally sustainable way to get protein into our diets. Well, we were assured that was all just a conspiracy theory. This is stuff dreamed up on the fever swamps of the far-right governments. Wow, how can they do that? And then along comes the Canadian Taxpayers Federation, who did great work at looking at government documents, grants and contributions given out by the Trudeau government since 2018, and it amounts to $9.27 million handed out to companies whose main goal is to put cricket protein into your diet or your pet's diet. Doesn't really matter. They're just happy to make sure somebody's eating crickets. This is not what we were told was a conspiracy theory last year. It is, in fact, very real. There are companies in Montreal that have received the funds. There are companies in the Toronto area, in the eastern townships of Quebec, in Manitoba, in Calgary. But the biggest one of all is in London, Ontario, where Aspire Foods has been given $8.5 million for the construction of the world's largest cricket agricultural imprint. This is a massive project, and the government's own contribution agreement with Aspire says that it is for pet food, but also for human consumption. Here's what Aspire says on their website. Quote, research indicates that 1 in 5 Americans have tried crickets, and more than half of adults can be persuaded to consume them in their diet, a trend that continues to increase as more consumers seek healthier and environmentally superior proteins. I don't think I've ever eaten a cricket. Hopefully not. Maybe swallowed one as a kid while riding my bike at high speeds through fields. That would be about it. I hope not. Seems a little crunchy to me. It's not for my palate, and I'm a pretty adventurous eater. But if people want to eat it, that's fine. Go ahead. But don't tell me it's a conspiracy theory that the government is trying to push crickets as a human food. This is actually happening. There's a company out of Montreal called NAC. They already make cricket protein energy bars. I'm told by someone I know and trust that, hey, they're good. They're really tasty and they're filling. All right, have at it if you want it. As long as we all know, you can eat whatever you want. But don't tell me again that this isn't happening. But NAC also got a $48,000 contribution from the federal government to try and come up with new ways. Their agreement says this: the next project is the development of a range of products cooked with cricket powder, such as steaks, sausages, and falafels. Steak cricket. Can't you just taste it? I can't. I definitely won't be trying that. Look, again, if you want to eat crickets, have at it. But this is not for me. And it is something that, by the way, the World Economic Forum has been pushing for years. They've pushed the idea that this is one way to deal with feeding a growing population around the world. They've put this up as an idea of how to fight climate change. This is exactly what people said last year when we were assured it's not true. It's a conspiracy theory. What's funny is one of the biggest voices to claim this was a conspiracy theory last year was CBC. When I looked up their stories on it, I also came across stories by CBC pointing out that London, Ontario was getting the world's largest cricket factory and that the federal government was putting money into it. The reporter doing the follow-up story to denounce a far-right conspiracy theory obviously didn't do their homework and check on that. It's easier for the media just to denounce things they don't like hearing as conspiracy theories of being on the far right. It's time for people to wake up. It's time for the media to do their job and not the job of those who want us indoctrinated with whatever they're pushing on any given day. Let me know what you think. Drop a comment down below. Share this on social media where you're still allowed to. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel.